Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, who serves on the House Oversight and Accountability Committee and the House Judiciary Committee, joining us now to talk about some of the reconciliation talk on the Hill. But first, sir, we know some of the crews in Arizona are now heading to assist Southern California. We've talked a lot in the past few months about FEMA. After those devastating hurricanes, they said, hey, we're out of money. JP Morgan is saying $10 billion in damages. Congressman Biggs, how concerned should Americans be that FEMA may not be able to help them in a time of need as we watch Californians losing everything here in some places?
No, FEMA is an agency that probably needs to be revised, reorganized, and revamped. And we've talked about that, and we've looked at it. And they receive incredible sums of money. Don't forget they diverted well over $1 billion, almost $2 billion to illegal alien care. And not emergency management care. So we've got a lot of things that we need to assess at the federal level. And I don't want to jump all over this too much, but don't forget that California, they really need to do a job statewide managing their water resources. The millions of acre feet of water that they just allow to flow out to the ocean every year. If you had storage, that might ease some of the water problems that the firefighters are having if they had nearby reservoirs that were filled with water.
Rick Caruso, who ran against L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, did note that, and he also owns property in Pacific Palisades. So we know in the days to come, I'm sure there'll be much more focus on that and what could have been done and what could help them in the future. So duly noted. Congressman Biggs, now let's talk about the reconciliation strategy. Donald Trump, he says he's open to one bill or two, but there's such a slim majority in the House. And we know that the bill will originate there. So a lot of folks, including yourself, will be down at Mar-a-Lago for a huddle. And tonight he's speaking with the Senate. Ultimately, do you think we'll know in the next few days if it's one or two? And do you have a preference on either?
I don't know if you get the answer in the next few day or two. I prefer one big bill, but I will just tell you, I don't care which program they do as far as the process with one bill or two bills. What I'm much more concerned about is what is the policy we're going to put in there? How are we going to fund it? How are we going to make sure that we advance the agenda? And it may work out best to do a slim bill with border security and a couple of defense issues on there, which is what was initially talked about, follow it up with a tax program. But I really don't care which way you go. You just have to make sure you deliver on the agenda. And I think that's what many of my colleagues share that same point of view, I think.
I'm sure. Well, it's been a very busy week, even before the president-elect is inaugurated. We watched the speaker vote last week. Speaker Johnson did make it through. On the first kind of go-around, you originally did not support him, and then things changed. Tell us a little bit about your thought process there. What made you make the switch, and are you satisfied?
Well, so I never committed publicly or not to anybody, except for I did make my commitment known to the vice president. I told him exactly what I would do. And every ballot, and people don't understand this necessarily, but every ballot has 3 votes on it: the first call, second call, and then the floor, or the well. You go down to the well. And I told the vice president I am concerned that Mike Johnson might not be able to deliver, so I'm going to be silent on the first call. And that's what I did. It didn't mean I voted against him. It just meant I didn't vote, knowing that there were 2 more opportunities. And then when the second time came around, I voted for him. I didn't think anybody else was going to get there. And I wanted this thing to be over with as quickly as possible. And I wanted us to move forward. And the reality is, I think that was the right decision. And that's, so I didn't ever vote against him. I never said I wouldn't, but I did not vote for him on the first time. I just remained silent.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Obviously, now it is settled. He is the speaker, and no public infighting, and Republicans can work on that very important agenda, which you just talked about, including immigration. So much needed there to secure our border, build that wall. Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, a pleasure, sir. Come back and see us on Newsline soon.
Thank you so much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.